Once it breaks the channel, and I'm talking about to the upside, and I'm talking about 7,000, and I'm talking about the S&P 500, once it breaks that, a target on this chart with a simple channel here, the target is 8,500. Now, it could even possibly overshoot that. But get ready for a face ripper rally. Absolutely face ripper rally. And I believe once it breaks, it's going to explode. Absolutely explode for the short term. Now, check this out. Have you seen this? Check this out. Right now in the stock market, the market is basically at all-time new highs. 1. 2, why are so many people trying to call top right now? Do you know the comment section is at least 80% people saying, John, the market's rolling over. Can't you see the top is in? Do not okay, look at this here. We are in a very big, strong bull market. The top is not in, okay? The top is not in. Now look at this here. So we have this big bull face through here, right? Big bull face. If we do get a little drop like that, a little up, the trend is still up, you know that, right? Low, high, higher low, boom. Way we go, right? So a little drop in the market is not the top in the market. It is just what? Making the trend there. So right now, people trying to call tops in markets, I don't understand you, right? You are nuts. You are crazy. Why? Because you try to call tops in a very big bull market, you're going to be wrong so much. So much. In fact, by the time you get it right, you have no money left, right? Just go with the market. That's fine. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Fear and greed index. Where is this at right now? We're at 11 here. What does that mean? That means, guess what? Get ready for a face ripper rally. Why? Because most of the time, now, I'm not talking about, this is an overall sentiment. This is not like, tomorrow the big rally comes. It may, but it's an overall basis, right? Within the next couple of weeks, we should start to see this bottoming pattern form here. And look at this here. Why did the fear and greed index have a big rise and eventually get up to here, which is the extreme greed? When people are fearful, it's time to be greedy. When people are fearful, it's time to be greedy. What was happening down here? The tariff situation. People are fear. When the fear and greed index is at fear, guess what is going to come? Everything goes in cycles, right, guys? Everything. Now, if you guys have got more than a 5 in front of your name, meaning more than 50, I'm not. But if you have that, you will understand that everything goes in cycles. Look at this here, right? So that we become greedy, right? Then we come down to fear, right? Then we come back down to fear through here. People start to be fearful. The market goes down a little bit. Right, then it's a buying opportunity. Then the market starts to buy back up, and then we start to get back into greed through here. And then then we start to get too greedy. Then the market starts to have a little bit of a pullback, and eventually we start to come back down to what? Come back down to extreme greed, and then maybe we flatten out again for a few weeks, and then coming into December, January, February, and we come back up here into the extreme greed, and then that's when see how the cycle works, right? This is the cycle. When people are fearful, time to be greedy. Now, look at this here. We're at 11 here, extreme fear. So guess what's coming real soon? We're getting very, 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 very close to the tipping point of actually the bottom here. Now, I know that makes no sense because guess what? Stock market's basically at all-time new highs. So, looking at this level here, guys. QT stopping December. QE is back on the table. Most of you guys are negative right now in the stock market. Even though the stock market is continuing to go up, it's in a very big bull market. And on top of all that, guess what? We have a beautiful, beautiful chart pattern that says a channel projected targets. It means when you find a channel, you draw from the high to the low of it. And once it starts to break out, if we do start to break out to the upside, then as you can see, right there, it was roughly there, right? We have an 8,500, maybe even a 9,000 target it's likely to get to. But the target for this level here is that once we start to break to the upside, this thing is going to go absolutely bonko. Absolutely bonko. So get ready for a face ripper rally from me. But on the flip side of all that, do you see look at this here. This is the interest rates here, right? This is the interest rates here on the weekly chart. Look what's happening through here. Okay, we're at this level right now on this weekly chart here. And if we go down to, say, let's bring on the monthly chart here. This is the monthly chart here. So what we're seeing right now, the interest rates, 10-year, 30-year. This is the 10-year. We're possibly going to come back down to here somewhere over the next 6 to 12 months. This is what's going on right now, okay? Moving on now through to the 30-year. The 30-year is doing what? This is see this big long-term trend line coming down through here? We're probably going to come back down to here somewhere. Let's go back to the weekly chart. What does that simply mean? One, we've already broken out of this level from here, as you can see. So we've already broken down. So there's a massive, massive, massive probability that what? We're going to hold, we're going to roll over, we're going to start to come back down to here, right? So I don't know exactly where, but on a short-term level basis, we're probably going to make our way. We're probably going to see this thing come back down to around about this is 40, which is 4% on the 30-year. The 10-year is possibly going to come down to maybe even this level from here, right? Rolling over again, coming back down to around about the mid threes as well too. So that's the reason why, one, I see interest rates coming down. There's a big cycle to this, but just keep it in mind, guys. This is for the next 12 months. What I see overall with the interest rates is what? This is what I see overall with the interest rates. I see this market going up from here, coming back down, and then coming back up, right? This here is likely to come. So the next 12 months, we're probably likely to see the interest rates come back down, which they've been coming down anyway for the last 12 months. People say, no, the interest rate's not going to come down. Hello? Do you see what I see? It's called interest rates have already been coming down ever since May this year. That's the what? The 30-year. The what? The 10-year. The 10-year has been coming down all year. So no, interest rates are not going to go down, John. They have been coming down. I'm just what? Going with the market, going with the trend. The trend has been down all year with the interest rates. No, John, the market's going to bottom and going to go. Like, no, it's coming, right? So therefore, that's the reason why for me, I've invested in things like TMF. What happened there? TMF. Go back and do it again. Right, so this is TMF here. Let's go to this weekly chart. Weekly chart, and this is the TMF here right now. Weekly chart. There we go. And this is what I see. So, as this unfolds over the next 6 to 12 months, beautiful, beautiful rally up to about 80, which will give you 100% return just on the move there, and then possibly even up to 120 from there. So, traders, overall, there's some incredible moves. Gold and silver are still in that volatile environment, like I said before. And people gave me shit because, oh, John, you have no idea what you're talking about. And in fact, if you actually look at my post, check this out. You want to see something that's pretty cool? Check this out. This is where, if you actually go to my post page, right? My post page. This is my post page. Look at this here. So this is my post page here. You can see some things here and so on and so forth, right? But if you go down to here, hi, hello, right? Look at this here. 8 days. We can see what's happening here now. I even did a few posts back here. TMF, right? Stock market, right? Look at this here. 4 weeks ago, I put this post out up here, right? Look at this here. A few days ago, I posted this. Have we finally reached the top? Look at this here, right? In gold and silver. Coming back down, right? Gold and silver. Here we go. Fear. By the way, if you haven't got the book here, johnsfreegift.com, you can grab this. This is the book here. You can actually get for free. Just go to johnsfreegift.com. You'll be able to get that. All right. So let's continue on here. Continue back down from here, going through to here, and you'll be able to see that. Look at this here. Look at this here. Have we finally reached the top in gold? Every massive spike has signaled at least the short-term top. And would you believe it? Look at this here. That was there. What's happened to gold ever since? Boomba binga bingo to the downside. So, for you guys that are interested in gold and silver, mining stocks, game over for now. What does that simply mean? That simply means we're in this phase right now where you're going to get a lot of volatility. It's not ready yet to go for another move. It needs more time to refuel. This is the gold chart through here. Okay, so this is the gold chart from here. So this is the gold chart. So we're probably going to need another couple of months, I would say, at least, of this volatile environment. This is a huge volatile. And as you can see, now that volume spike was where? Let me show you where that volume spike was, just so you can see it. See that big volume spike right there? Look at this here. That's that volume spike that I was talking about? Look at that there, right there. And that's what I said, have we just made a top from here? And guess what ended up happening? Big fat donut, right? Big fat donut. So look at this here. So as we can see, this is going through here, guys. And now we're probably looking at, this is obviously the gold price here. We'll probably not be looking at here, guys, for much going on. So right now we may be holding for a little bit to then go for another move. But as you can see here, I see this thing going sideways for another few more months. And look at this here. It went up, right? It went up and then down and back up and back down and back up and back down and back up. And it's going to keep doing that for another few more months here. So right now, gold, same for silver. The exact same thing here for silver as well too. Gold, game over. We're probably going to make our way through here. So we probably have probably at least another few more months for it to go through here. GDX, same type of thing. Gold, game over from here. We're probably going to go back up, or we are up, down, and probably just do that through there, and then maybe start to see a nice move to the upside.